On the night of May the 27th, drones hit two gas stations in the city of Livny, Oryol region. Petrol stations are located 250 meters from each other in close proximity to the Livny oil depot. Due to regular drone attacks on Russian refineries in May 2024, according to Reuters, 12% of oil refining capacity in Russia was idle. Back at the end of April 2024, Western media wrote, a wave of drone strikes on oil refineries in the depth of Russia has led to the fact that the Federation is running out of gasoline.
Diesel prices for Russian consumers have skyrocketed. Petrol costs have also hit a 6-month high, up more than 20% from the start of the year as supply tightens and more facilities are forced to suspend production, from the publication by Politico.
Fuel production in Russia has been declining for several weeks in a row, and the government cannot ensure the safety of oil refineries.
From May 13 to 19, according to official statistics, Russian refineries produced 740,000 tons of gasoline, 2.5% less than the week before, 5% less than in early May and 20% less than the levels of the end of December. Then refineries produced more than 930,000 tons of gasoline weekly, from the publication by the Moscow Times.
To compensate for losses and avoid shortages, the Ministry of Energy allowed oil refineries to reduce gasoline quality requirements, writes Reuters, citing sources. Thus, manufacturers were allowed to increase the share of aromatic compounds in gasoline by 7% and the share of ethyl alcohol by 5%. And in order to hide the catastrophic collapse in production, the Russian authorities closed data on fuel production volumes. The Russian Ministry of Energy stated that this was done because the information could be used by unscrupulous market participants for manipulation.
As a source familiar with the state of affairs at the Federal State Statistics Service told important stories, weekly data on the production of petroleum products is classified at the initiative of the Ministry of Energy. In response to the correspondent's clarifying question about whether this applies only to this week's data or whether it will continue to be so, the interlocutor replied, "You can't unring this bell," from the publication by Important Stories.
It's not a matter of unscrupulous market participants, experts say. Moscow wants to hide fuel production data so it can manipulate the numbers in its favor.
They want to hide the effectiveness of our armed forces, which are successfully destroying oil refining and saving oil products capacities. This is the main reason. The second reason is economic. If you know how much gasoline the enemy has, you can even plan some long-term strategic operations, both military and economic.
Ukraine has invested considerable funds in the development and production of long-range drones, some successfully traveling more than 1,000 kilometers. This means that approximately half of the oil refineries in the Federation are under threat. Air defense is not able to protect them, the Kremlin admitted. Therefore, company management is massively buying stationary and mobile systems for protection against drones. And the largest Russian oil company, Rosneft, asked the authorities to compensate for the costs of protecting its refineries from drone attacks. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Nikita Skoblikov, UATV News.